Hey, what's going on, scholars? It's your professor here, Enlightened Enlisted, and welcome to Company of Heroes 3. First off, I want to apologize to you guys for not having a lot of videos out. I've been playing a lot of this game, and I've been trying to figure out how I wanted to get some build orders down. And I'm just going to show you guys my standard opener here, and it's going to consist of 3 Riflemen going into an early Greyhound. We are going to be using Armored Battle Group. Right now, I'm just trying to decide which one I want to go for. I do like veteran crews a lot, but the assault engineers are good on a lot of other maps. Anyways, we are going up against the DAK, aka the African Corps, and we're going to be taking that bottom victory point and fuel very quickly with the recon little squad here. It's a very weak squad, but it does have really good line of sight. Got our secondary riflemen going to be coming out here shortly, and we're going to be sending our riflemen up to the north to capture those points, because that middle fuel up there by the victory point is very important, especially if you want to have a fuel advantage, assuming that you and your team, your enemy, excuse me, have a mirrored opener. This is a pretty strong build. It does require you to pretty much beat your teammate pretty quickly, because if it goes into the late game, you're in a lot of trouble unless you have great map control. So that is kind of the name of the game, is just to get as much map control as humanly possible, harass my enemy, and just hold as much points as humanly possible. This is pretty standard for a lot of the Americans if you've played it from Co-1 to, you know, Co-1 to Co-2, I guess. I was struggling there for a second. And we're just waiting on our next rifleman. We're going to see what the Africa Corps does. They obviously being very, very dependent on light vehicles. Now we see our first little engagement here. We see the Panzer Grenadiers coming out. I am not going to stick around and fight that, because that's a fight I'm going to lose. So I'm going to go ahead and pull back. Not going to retreat. That's something I see a lot of guys do, is they just automatically hit the retreat button. You know, you can just manually pull your guys back. Kind of observe, and if you do need to retreat, you always can. So he's going hard for the south, and I'm going hard for the north, so that's a really good start for me. And I've got a my third rifleman out, and I'm going to go reinforce the south here. Going to get some vision, use these long-range shooting, just kind of dwindle down their health here, because they can't fire back. If he notices, he'll charge, and then I'll just kind of pull back, capturing that middle field. That's so important. Gonna kind of spread out just to see if there's any guys around here. Always want to make sure that your forces are spread out, especially when you're going against the Wehrmacht. And that's a mistake right there. I shouldn't go for the infantry corps company right away, although it will give me a free captain. I probably should have gone for another rifleman, just so I would have 4. That would have got my field presence up a lot. Now, he does have the high ground over there, so this is a fight I don't want to take. I need to pull back, and I'm pulling back to cover. He does outpush me, so he could technically just continuously push, but we're going to see what he does. We're going to go decap his field, very important. And this recon squad has the cover bug where it says it's in green cover, but then it's showing that it's in red cover, which is really annoying, and I hope they fix that. Do see the push coming in down there. Now, here's one of my biggest mistakes. I should just go ahead and push up on that. You can see where I was looking to see the cover. I'm thinking, well, I'm behind, you know, green cover. You know, he's not, I'll win, but here's the problem, is now that secondary squad comes back down, and right now I should absolutely just run, but I just sit here delaying as long as possible, and that cost me a model, so that was a mistake on my part. Be sure to retreat your guys when you can. I have the captain out that I'm not using. I see the half-track coming out, so I know he has a half-track with engineers in it. I need to get out of there. There's nothing I can do about it. Do have that rifleman squad still capping that munitions point. Gonna send that recon squad up to capture that. Now I'm gonna move out my captain, but he is taking the south very, very hard, and I don't really have any kind of response for it right now. He outnumbers me, and I am not in a good spot, because now he's going to have that fuel. So we're gonna have mirrored fuel, because I do have the northern one. Doing some capping. Victory points are roughly the same. I mean, not a huge discrepancy. Again, spreading out, because I'm so used to playing up against the Wehrmacht. I'm always worried about MGs. Using cover. He pushes back, because he doesn't want to take this fight. I think he thinks that this is a bigger force than it actually is. There is an engagement to the north. It is Riflemen against Engineers. I will 100% take that fight. Now, he does get behind green cover, and now I see that he has a bigger force. So I need to just kind of screen my troops, just try to capture those points without losing any kind of models. If he pushes, I've just got to run. Engineers with the flamethrowers get pushed off that fuel. Always good. Very important for that. And I'm still just waiting for that Greyhound. Floating a lot of manpower. Probably should get that other Rifleman squad out. It's a mistake on my part. I'm going to reinforce the south. He brings up that half track, which is not good. Still waiting almost to that Greyhound. Just got to hold off. Losing Engineers. Right there on the victory point. Need to retreat them. Get them out of there. One thing you will notice is I do not have the healing, so I can't afford to lose too much and make my infantry squads too weak. Captain moving up to hard cover behind the Czech Hedgehogs. Just going to be shooting out the MG at it. He makes a brutal mistake. He's trying to get around behind that cover, take that out. I'm going to go ahead and retreat. Now that half track is out of position. Capping in the north. Riflemen getting pushed off by the flames. Going to go for healing. And we're going to get the emergency repair. Very good. Greyhound is out. Now I feel pretty confident that I can push. Got one infantry support. Always important to support your light vehicles with infantry. Shot misses. Going to go over the half track with the Greyhound because that is important. Obviously, you want to take that out. His med truck is very, very far forward. I see it, go for it. Instead, I should have gone for it a little bit earlier. And then here I make another mistake. You saw that Rifleman squad only has 2 guys, now it has 1 model. It's going to die, and I get absolutely nothing with that attack. I was so focused on getting that med truck that I lose a Rifleman squad. That it was a massive mistake on my part, and it just kind of goes with target priority. Gonna go seek and destroy because I obviously have Vet 1 because of my commander call-in. Or battle group call-in, I guess is the better way to say it. Just gonna pummel away at these Grenadiers. Gonna retreat. Try to re-secure the south. I do have some riflemen, or excuse me, recon, not riflemen, up here in the north. Again, he hasn't really pushed the north, and I've just been harassing. And this goes to my just massive amount of infantry advantage. He does have some AT rifles now. He's going to charge with the half-track. Big mistake. I think he thought that his guys were inside the half-track. They were not. So that Greyhound is going to live to fight another day. Going to have to pull that back. Got infantry that can support. Make sure he doesn't run up on me. Grenades might be a good idea right now as well. AT grenades. Or the BARs. Both are good options. Going to go with the BAR.
Rifleman squads are being upgraded with BARs, Commander.
What's our target?
Engineers out to get that repair going. South is pretty secure. We're just going to keep probing around in the north because he doesn't seem to have anybody up there. It's probably going for some late war tanks, you know. Getting those Panzer IIIs out. And we're 8 minutes into the game, and so far, he is pretty much up on me in material, but I'm going to take position right here on the high ground.
Come on, another man down.
This is a fight he needs to get out of, but he's going to take it because he has the MG, or excuse me, the half-track. I'm having a hard time talking today. 3 squads against 2, but the high ground, 3rd squad's coming in. He's got the med truck back there. Gonna go ahead and send the Greyhound in, try to take that out. Another Rifleman squad in to support the south. Big battle going on in the south. Nothing going on in the north. We've decapped ammunition in the north. We're gonna go try to harass that fuel. Again, the importance of harassing. Half track goes down. Gonna have to reverse that Greyhound quickly. Don't want it to die. Right now I need to do pour it on him with one of those Rifleman squads that both have Vet 1.
He's dead. Relay orders.
Right now, I'm just bleeding munitions, or bleeding manpower, because he can reinforce. I can't. And I'm back at my base, trying to figure out what I want to do. Still trying to learn the Americans, as always. I really want the survival training, but I don't have it right now because it's just, I'm just fuel capped or munitions capped. Not munitions, but manpower capped. He's going to go ahead and push up. I need to secure this vehicle, or secure this building. Man, really struggling to talk today. Sorry, guys. It's been a while since I've casted any kind of game. Half-track goes up there, takes out the recon squad. Kind of a waste of resources, if you ask me, on both sides. The half-track doesn't need to. See his med truck back here. We're going to go ahead and try to get a flank with the Greyhound. We put pour it on him, try to keep those AT rifles down. Got to get that Rifleman out of there. Oh, God, get it out of there. Okay, gets out just in time. Going for the med truck, going for the med truck. He doesn't see it. Come on, med truck. Oh, and he gets it on the last shot. Greyhound coming in clutch. Still got those two guys on the captain. Probably need to get them out of there. He gets out of there. Got the flame engineers in reserve behind the building. Doesn't know they're there. Gonna wait and see if he tries to push up. 20 mil is coming out to try to take out the Greyhound. War production has been pushed because I'm trying to go for another Greyhound. Flamethrowers are just burning them up, although they're in a lot of trouble. He's going to pull back, see if that 20 mil takes it, and we can put the Greyhound up to attack it. Good side hit there. He doesn't focus fire on the engineer. That's a mistake. He's pulling back. He needs to pull it back. Why isn't he pulling it back? There's no infantry support for him. He's got to pull that back. Greyhound is still shooting, and the AT rifles are coming up. Last shot, and he gets it. Oh my gosh, and that is a huge loss for him. And that is a victory, guys.
The battle is ours. Stand down.